So we are back again, and so we were mentioning about intuition. Intuition, in order for us to get the messages, the right messages that we need to sometimes get from the divinity, let's say, or Archangel Gabriel's messages that he can deliver to us from God, from the energies, from the light. So we need to have our intuition in a very let's say at ease. I mean, you need to we need to have the intuition there already, awakened, already ready to work. How are you going to work with intuition to get inner peace? It's not so easy, but I mean, we have to practice. We can, for example, ask for something, or say, okay, if I need to do this and need to do that, I need to have or to get a message. Okay, so I'm going to pay attention, and we go on with our day. And then sometimes we can listen to something and say, that's exactly the answer that I was looking for. So maybe that is the answer that I need. Maybe Archangel Gabriel is giving me the answer right now. So that is how we can get this inspiration, or this love, or this eagerness to say, oh yes, maybe that is what I was looking for. I'm going to try, no? And then, well, we can try and see if that was a message, no? But it is little by little, of course.
Yes, that's nice. Just the word intuition, if you analyze it, it has the meaning in, because inside tuition like a guidance. So intuition is the guidance within yourself. Within yourself, let's say, for example, in order to practice intuition, listen to yourself. Sometimes you need to be quiet in order to hear your thoughts. Thoughts are inspirational.
Quiet and in peace, no?
Yes, quiet and in peace. But I mean, we all sometimes strive to have a time for ourselves. Let's say, for example, taking a shower is a good time to be with yourself. Waking up in the morning and then preparing breakfast is a good time to be yourself. And this can be a silent practice. While you prepare a coffee, while you prepare your breakfast, you are within yourself. And then in this kind of silence, watching your thoughts, and suddenly you have an inspiration. You say, for example, oh, today I'm going to go to that bookstore and find this specific book I saw a week ago and I like to. Or maybe I can find this kind of book in the internet, download a PDF or something like that. So practicing this exercise of hearing your inner voice is very, very reliable. You do not need to doubt it. I mean, if you hear something within yourself, it's because the environment, the divinity is connecting to you and giving you a message. This message can be inspirational. Sometimes it can be a warning. Sometimes it can be do this, do that, or it will be better. So it has three aspects. It has an impulse, an action, and then what it says, go and wait for time and expect the proper time to act, or then don't do nothing. It's not worth the situation. Hearing this inner voice is very uplifting, very important, and it's like a challenge. How long can you hear your inner voice without let's say quieting or don't listening to it? Because sometimes we don't listen to ourselves and then we say, oh, I should do that, or I should hear, I should follow my inner guidance. I knew it, it's classic. I knew this was going to happen. So this is when you are not making proper attention to your inner voice. Try for a time, let's say for a week, doing whatever your mind says to you, and it can be magic. It can be very beautiful, because sometimes we don't do what our inner voice does and tell us to do, and then things happen.
Yes, that's why we have to be very careful, and we have to pay attention to that voice or that messages or those messages that are coming, and that sometimes they are very strong, as Tommy has mentioned. For example, when we receive a message and we don't pay attention to it, and because we no, maybe that's not so important, maybe that is not really what I need to do, and then yes, suddenly we react, and because we are not doing the right thing, and we said, I should have done this, I should have called that person, I should have run, no? For example. So it is so important that we pay attention to those messages. We have to be alert, we have to be focused in our mind, in our heart, and it is not something that is very common. I mean, not everybody is going to tell you listen to your heart, for example, no, but this is a kind of a message that we are giving you, and of course we also take it to ourselves, but we really have to look for that time, and to see and pay attention to those details. There are a lot of details in life.
Yes.
So we have to contact that kind of those kind of messages. Why? Because they are coming from high above, and especially if we really ask, for example, for a specific message.
Another tool that we can use to arouse within us all this inspirational action and way of thinking can be writing. Writing a diary, writing your experiences, making conscious exercise, constantly writing what you felt in a particular situation with a particular time or a particular person, and then you write this, like writing yourself some letters. Let's say, for example, last Friday I went with my friend to the movies, and then we have a very nice screening, and then after that we have a coffee and pastries all together. We have a very nice chat. We spoke about the creation, the creative process, and then I learned something about that, which is very interesting, which is inspirational to me. This is one way. Another way to do that, have you ever thought about drawing or painting? These are creative activities, or maybe you are a potential photographer. So if you like to take pictures with yourself, nowadays they have incredible cameras. You can go and take snapshots everywhere you go, and then you can take sunsets, you can take pets, people. There are plenty of material all around to work with that. And this is a creative, constant expression of within yourself. And this becomes very inspirational. It is a very, very beautiful and simple way to improve your connection with creativity. And then this creativity is inspirational because it's pure, it's genuine, it's the expression of your heart, your feelings, and this is a kind of straight connection with Archangel Gabriel energy.
And this purity that Tom is mentioning is basically one of these virtues that Archangel Gabriel is inviting us to work with in our lives. If we are looking for this purity, definitely we have to be in peace. We have to have inner peace. It will be very difficult for us, for everybody, to try to be, for example, near the highest messages, or Archangel Gabriel himself, if we are not in peace. Because Archangel Gabriel is peace. So if we are not in peace, if we don't have this inner peace in ourselves, how are we going to connect with him? That's why we are going to work with this virtue of peace. We have to practice every day, in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, to be in peace. That would be something very beautiful, a very beautiful tool, a very beautiful activity to work with every day of our lives, because this is not only for right now, and because we are here talking about Archangel Gabriel's virtues, and then we forget about this. No, we have to take this to our lives. We have to make them useful in our lives. We have to have this all this information, let's say, that we are sharing, is something that we all need. It's not something that a specific group need, because a specific group needs because they, for example, are religious or spiritual, or no, we are human beings. If we are human beings, we have to have some kind of responsibilities, take responsibilities, and taking the responsibility of bringing inner peace is our responsibility. It's not others' responsibility, but our responsibility. That is why we need to focus on this beautiful virtue of peace.
That is nice. I would like to phrase to you a phrase that I read. A happy man is the one that accepts his own circumstance. It doesn't mean to be conformist. It means to accept what you are right here, right now, and what you are having next to you as your resources. So, knowing that you are happy within yourself right here, right now, in your circumstance, then you renounce to ambition. This is very beautiful because you're detached from whatever could happen. You're enjoying the present moment wherever you are. You might be right now in the office doing some work. You might be taking coffee in a restaurant or a coffee shop. You may be walking. You may be reading the newspaper. So whatever activity you're doing every day, try to enjoy it fully, because then you will feed yourself with a kind of freedom of freshness. Bring freshness to your inner activities every day of your life. This is one way to become happy. Another way to do that is to understand that happiness is not found in the mountain. Happiness is found within you while you're going through the mountain. This is another way to put it, and this is a beautiful analogy of how to express happiness, looking at every moment to find harmony within you.
Yes, peace basically is going to be the result of this activity of looking for happiness or living life in happiness. No, peace is going to come afterwards. So peace can come before, and peace can come after. So peace is this virtue that go back and then it go forward. Why? Because peace can be this beautiful inspiration for us to be happy, and when we are happy, then we are going to be in peace. So that's why it's so beautiful. Peace, it's like magic. For me, it's a beautiful word that is going to help me to construct my life with a lot of strength. Why? Because I am in peace. I don't have to pay attention to the rest. I am just paying attention to myself, to my path, special path that I have in my life. Of course, my family goes there, but then I'm going to be then in peace. If I am in peace, if I have peace in my heart, in my mind, then my mind is also going to be slow. It is not going to be running. It is not going to be creating this anxiety inside myself and revenge or madness or craziness. No, I'm going to be in peace, and then I'm going to be able to walk freely. And it's freedom is so important. If we have peace in our mind, then freedom is going to come afterwards, no?
Yes, that's very nice. Build yourself. Allow us, all of us, to build ourselves a basket of virtues that provide to us peace.
Yes.
I was thinking while Laura was talking, what brings me peace to me, to myself, to Thomas? Walking. I do a lot of walking, and many times in the day, as much as I can, and this gives me a kind of a personal balance where I can consider, analyze, enjoy the environment, enjoy the streets, enjoy the houses. Sometimes you walk and then you see beautiful houses. That's very nice. And then you see, oh, I would love to make myself a house like this, like that. And then you become more creative. Or you see persons, or you see a woman taking her dog or something outside. You see cars, and then this is an exercise that you are watchful of everything that surrounds you. This brings you like a routine of breaking the inner flow or constant thoughts about problems or struggling or things like that. So it gives you a peace of mind.
Yes.
Another thing I have found myself that brings me a lot of patience and peace is doing what I like to. I like, for example, to research and write these beautiful clues for the programs. I like to consider nature, looking at my cat or looking at the garden or all the
Or looking at
environments.
your wife.
Looking at my wife, of course. I didn't want to raise that temptation. But then again, looking the ones you love is very uplifting also. Looking at your children, the advances that they make every day, they are working, they are doing things and that they enjoy it, and then this
Yes.
is very satisfying. So another way to make an inspirational job inside of yourself is to look and considering whatever advances, the ones that you love surrounding to you, make every day of your life.
Yes, and beside that, also we can add to this yes, to this list is, for example, praying. Prayer is so important to get this peace. So we can, for example, pay attention to our breath, no? While we breathe in. Breathe out, okay, in a slowly way, okay, and then we pay attention. We can close our eyes, and then we can, for example, feel the peace that is there. Feel that if we are experiencing peace, well, that's Archangel Gabriel's virtue, that's his light. He is covering our energy with his energy. So relying on this kind of, for example, activity while praying is very important, because then everything is going to just calm down, and then ideas can come up, and then we can maybe just or stay there in this peace, or maybe we can just come up with ideas or solutions to some situations that we have to deal with. So contacting God, contacting the archangels is very important, and that will definitely give us peace. If we are, for example, in a difficult moment, we can just leave that situation to them, to the highest energies, and we can say, okay, I leave this here, okay, and I will wait a little bit for you to help me to deal with this situation, and then meanwhile I'm going to be in peace. Why? Because I have delivered this task to Archangel Gabriel, or to any archangel, or to God, or to the light, or to the highest energy, and then I'm going to be in peace. Why? Because I trust in these higher realms. That is why it is so important also that we trust in this peace, for example.
Yes, as we mentioned before, allow us to make ourselves, each one of us, a basket of virtues that takes us to a higher realm. Let's put in this basket trust, as Laura mentioned, confidence, gratefulness, wellness, gratitude, compassion, charity, and then build yourself this basket for yourself, and be aware of that in order to be conscious at all times. And this whole basket can become your prayer every day. Every day that we are thankful, that we're grateful, whatever we have right now at this moment, then it's going to give me this freshness, this sensation of connection with a higher self. This is what we need to nurture every day in order to become peaceful, equanimity, and be in peace of mind at most of the times.
Yes, and when we do that, then we are going to be looking for the highest energy, which is the divinity's energy. We need that energy. If we are here, okay, it's okay. We have a body. Yes, this body is going to connect us with the planet, and that's perfect. But we also have energy. We are energy. Our soul is energy, and we need to connect with this energy that is up above in a very high vibration. That is why we need to work with our energy.
Yes, that's very nice way to say it. But then again, it reminds me that we all need to go high. This divinity doesn't come to us. We need to reach it. to go higher at every moment, constantly. And this is the way that we work with it,
Exactly.
allowing our basket to be filled, to nurture it, and then doing our job, our work, the spiritual work we do, the uplifting activities that we do every day in order to gain peace of mind, peace of concentration, to reach happiness at most of the time.
Yes. So we're going to finish now, Tom. We are almost finishing this beautiful program, this inspiration that we are getting from this beautiful archangel, which is Archangel Gabriel. We have to keep in mind that peace is very important. Peace is like a key to happiness. Peace is our connection with God. Remember, God is peace. So if we want or we need God in our lives, we have to have the same vibration. So if we have this vibration within ourselves, then God is going to be with us. Why? Because God is that vibration. So the two vibrations will just make this, and then that is going to be so beautiful. Why? Because we're going to have a beautiful life, or a better life, or everything is going to come out in a better way. So, well, we would like to say hi to Chris O'Halloran, who is watching us from Ireland. Thank you, Chris, and also to Avanti, who is watching us in New York. Thank you, Avanti. We send our love to both of you and to everybody who is watching us right now, or maybe later, in your own time and in your own...
In the proper time.
Yes, in the proper time. So thank you, Tom.
Thanks to you, Laura. Thanks to you all.
And thank you, Danny, for being our producer today in this beautiful program. And invite others to watch this program. We urge you to do that. And well, we'll see you next Monday.
Yes.
And thank you so much again.
Same time, same hour, same day. Give us a like, give us your comments, send your petitions in order to make this richer for all of you.
Yes, for everybody. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take
again.
care.
Bye.